The corridors of the royal palaces have witnessed centuries of whispered conversations, hidden anxieties, and private moments the public was never meant to see. Yet every so often, a story emerges that captures the imagination because it seems to reveal not political intrigue or public scandal, but something far more powerful: raw human emotion. According to persistent royal rumors, King Charles was left deeply shaken after unexpectedly reading a private letter written by Princess Anne. The remarkable twist is that the letter was reportedly intended not for the king at all, but for Prince William. If those whispers are to be believed, then what unfolded behind palace walls may have revealed less about royal protocol and more about the enormous emotional burden carried by those born into the monarchy. Before we continue, welcome to Royal Scope. If you enjoy thoughtful royal stories and commentary, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow royal watchers. What makes this story so fascinating is not simply the alleged letter itself, but the mystery surrounding how it supposedly reached Charles before William. Royal correspondence is rarely left to chance. Every document, every private message, and every official communication normally follows established procedures. That is why claims that this particular letter somehow bypassed the usual process have fueled endless speculation. Whether through misunderstanding, coincidence, or deliberate intervention, the suggestion that Charles encountered Anne's words before his eldest son immediately transforms an ordinary family letter into something far more dramatic. It is important to remember that none of these claims have been confirmed by Buckingham Palace or Clarence House. They remain firmly in the world of royal speculation. Yet rumors often gain momentum because they touch upon emotions people already believe exist beneath the polished surface of royal life. Few would dispute that recent years have placed extraordinary pressure upon the royal family, with health concerns, changing public expectations, and deeply personal family challenges all unfolding under the relentless glare of international attention. According to various accounts circulating within royal commentary circles, Charles reportedly found himself reading words that were neither critical nor hostile. Instead, Princess Anne was said to have expressed concern about the emotional resilience of the monarchy itself. Rather than discussing headlines or popularity, she allegedly reflected upon duty, sacrifice, and the invisible strain carried by every generation that has worn the crown. If that description is accurate, it is easy to understand why such words could resonate deeply with a monarch who spent more than 7 decades preparing for a role that finally arrived later in life than anyone could have imagined. For Charles, the crown has never simply been a title. It has been a lifelong companion, sometimes inspiring hope and sometimes demanding extraordinary patience. Imagine dedicating an entire lifetime to preparing for one responsibility, only to inherit it during one of the most complicated periods the modern monarchy has experienced. In that sense, even fictionalized accounts of an emotional reaction carry a certain dramatic logic. They paint the picture of a king not defeated by politics or criticism, but by the weight of family responsibility. Princess Anne's reputation is central to why this story continues attracting attention. She has long been regarded as one of the monarchy's hardest working members, admired for her discipline, straightforward manner, and unwavering commitment to public service. She rarely courts headlines through personal drama, making any suggestion that she privately voiced profound concerns appear especially significant to those who follow royal affairs closely. Whether entirely true or partially exaggerated through rumor, Anne's reputation lends emotional credibility to the narrative. Reports claim the letter reflected upon the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II, whose remarkable reign became synonymous with consistency and duty. The late queen often appeared almost superhuman in her ability to continue serving regardless of personal hardship. Yet behind every public smile undoubtedly stood private challenges that history can only partly reveal. If Anne truly reminded William of those sacrifices, then her message may have been less about fear and more about preparation. Great institutions, like great trees, survive storms because their roots run deep. It is easy to picture Charles pausing while reading such reflections. One can almost imagine silence settling across the room as memories of his mother returned with remarkable clarity. The photographs, the ceremonies, the state occasions, and the family moments hidden from public view might all have seemed to gather around him like old companions, reminding him that every sovereign inherits not merely a throne but an emotional legacy stretching back through generations. According to speculation, William was later invited for a lengthy private discussion. No official statement followed, no carefully staged photographs appeared, and no detailed account emerged from inside the palace. That silence, naturally, encouraged even more curiosity. Royal watchers often observe that the absence of information creates a space quickly filled by imagination, interpretation, and rumor. Whether the meeting concerned the alleged letter or entirely unrelated matters remains unknown, but it has certainly added another layer to this already captivating story. If these rumors contain even a grain of truth, then the conversation between father and son may have centered upon something far larger than succession. It may have been about continuity. Monarchies survive not because they avoid change, but because they learn how to adapt without abandoning their identity. Every generation inherits challenges unimaginable to the last, and today's royal family faces pressures that earlier monarchs could scarcely have predicted in the age of constant global scrutiny. As the speculation continued spreading, observers also began focusing on William's increasingly serious public appearances. Of course, interpreting facial expressions is always subjective. A thoughtful expression can easily become evidence of hidden concern in the eyes of eager commentators. Nevertheless, many suggested the Prince of Wales appeared especially focused during recent engagements, carrying himself with the quiet determination expected of a future king gradually preparing for greater responsibility. Alongside William stands Catherine, whose calm presence has frequently been described as one of the monarchy's greatest strengths. Throughout periods of uncertainty, she has consistently projected composure, warmth, and steadiness. Unsurprisingly, rumors surrounding private family discussions often include suggestions that she serves as an emotional anchor behind closed doors, helping maintain stability while public attention remains fixed elsewhere. Whether such accounts are accurate or merely affectionate speculation, they reflect the respect she has earned among many royal supporters. Charles himself continues balancing public duty with personal health challenges that have understandably prompted widespread concern. Every engagement he undertakes carries symbolic importance, reassuring the public that continuity remains intact despite difficult circumstances. Yet stories like this remind us that beneath robes, uniforms, and ceremonial traditions are individuals who experience uncertainty, reflection, and vulnerability just like everyone else. That perhaps explains why this rumored letter has captured attention far beyond traditional royal audiences. People recognize something universal within it. Families often struggle to express difficult truths. Sometimes the most honest conversations happen not face-to-face but through carefully chosen words placed upon paper. A letter can become both shield and bridge, allowing emotions too complicated for spoken conversation to find their destination. Of course, it is equally possible that much of this narrative has grown through repetition, with each retelling adding fresh details until rumor begins resembling historical fact. Royal stories have always evolved in precisely this way. A quiet meeting becomes a constitutional crisis. A thoughtful letter becomes a defining document. A private tear becomes a symbol of an entire reign. Separating confirmed reality from dramatic storytelling is rarely straightforward, which is why every such claim deserves thoughtful caution. Still, even if the alleged letter never existed exactly as described, the themes surrounding it remain compelling. Duty, legacy, family, sacrifice. These are the threads woven through every chapter of Britain's modern monarchy. They remind us that history is not only shaped by coronations and state occasions, but also by deeply personal moments witnessed by very few people. Whatever truly happened behind palace walls, one truth remains undeniable. The future of the monarchy increasingly rests upon cooperation between generations rather than individual personalities. Charles carries the wisdom earned through decades of preparation. William represents continuity for the decades ahead, and embodies unwavering service built across a lifetime of dedication. Together they form different pillars supporting the same institution, each carrying burdens the public may never fully appreciate. As this remarkable story continues circulating, it serves as another reminder that fascination with the royal family has never been driven solely by crowns and ceremonies. It is driven by the belief that behind history's grandest institutions stand ordinary human hearts facing extraordinary responsibilities. Whether Princess Anne's alleged letter was a warning, a reflection, or simply another enduring royal myth, it has certainly encouraged millions to think about the unseen emotional weight carried by those destined to serve. What do you think? Was this simply another royal rumor that grew larger with every retelling, or could there be genuine truth hidden beneath the speculation? Share your thoughts in the comments below because we'd love to hear your perspective. If you've enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Royal Scope, and share this story with friends who enjoy following the ever-evolving world of the British monarchy. Until next time, thank you for watching Royal Scope, where every royal story is explored with curiosity, balance, and respect.